for me, I've always said that, you know, I owe a debt of gratitude to my community and to the people from there, but they don't get to hold me hostage forever. And so for me and my family, the best decision was for me to, step away and explore my options. And, that's what I plan to do. Most importantly, I'm just grateful and thankful that I had the opportunity to be a part of and give back and do the things we did in my tenure at Beecher.
Because how hard is that decision? Because you have such a relationship not only with your players, but the community as well. You're a big figure in Beecher.
Yeah, it's an extremely difficult decision, but most extremely difficult decisions, they still have to be made. And so, my concern is about putting myself and my family in the best position to be successful. And, that had a lot to do with my decision to leave.
Did having to forfeit games because of an ineligible player play a factor into this?
No, not really. What really just played a factor into it, like I said, just me making sure that I'm putting myself in the best position to be successful. I don't want to make it as if, that situation or other things had an effect on my decision, but I also want to make it clear and known that, those kind of things do have an effect. I want to make sure that, the program is left in good hands. I want to make sure that the community is left in good hands, and I want to do what was done for me. And when Mike Williams gave me the program, he left it in good condition, so I wanted to do that.
Do you want to coach again? Because what's the next opportunity for you?
I have some stuff on the table. I haven't really made a decision yet on where I would go, but I have a few things on the table I really can't get into. But in due time, a decision will be made, and you'll be the first one to know.
Because when we look at Flint basketball as a whole, you have a player like Trey McKinney going to Orchard Lake, or Kelvin Torbert's kid is at East Lansing. Because now it seems like the talent is being spread out past Flint to the Grambling areas and everything. So when you look at all those factors, how hard is it to coach at a smaller school like Beecher?
Well, it's talent everywhere, right? You have to develop it and cultivate the talent. But the main thing is, you want to give yourself a chance to compete and play at the highest level. And you want to give yourself a chance to move on, to excel at a high level. And for me, at this stage and age in my life, that was a major part of, why I made the decision I made.
How difficult was this last season? Because you go from trying to prove yourself as a head coach, and then you get that validation of a state championship and that you're doing things the right way, and then the season starts out rocky.
Yeah, that's part of the job. That's part of the nature of the beast. That's just part of it. Every coach wants to win every game, and there's a competitive side that wants that. The main thing that I'm mostly proud of is that every kid that has played for me will have a chance, or either has had a chance to go on and play at the collegiate level. So realistically, if we go 0, we don't win any games, and every kid that has ever played for me goes to college and have a chance to put themselves in a position to be successful, I care about that more than I care about wins and losses. Because on paper, it may say you won, but I get joy from former players coming back and hanging around. To me, that's my reward, more than wins and losses. Wins and losses is only 2 things that's gonna happen in the game. Somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose. But if you operate a certain way, if you love on guys, if you love on your players, if you operate with integrity and with character, guys will come back and they share their stories with you. And even some of them that, prime example, I'll give you Robert Lee. You know, I couldn't be more proud of what he's doing, what he's done this season. And him and I talk often. We talk now more than we talked when he played for me. But he was the adjustment and me pushing him and being on him. The validation comes when he says, "You was right, coach." I care more about that than I care about wins and losses or record. That stuff. At the end of the day, when I'm dead and gone and they put me in the box, nobody's going to care about my wins and losses and my record. But they will care about what kind of person I was and how I made them feel and how I inspired them and I poured into their life. That's what matters to me.
Because I was going back through the archives and you did a story with Ryan Slocum when you invited him to his house and seeing all your trophies and everything. But one of the lines that you said was you wanted to make sure that you're not the last class to graduate from actual Beecher High School.
I want to do so many things like the old high school where my class was the last class to graduate from Beecher. If possible, if I'm able to, and Lord bless me, I would like to open that back up.
And knowing that a plan is in place for that to happen now, what type of closure does that give you?
Means everything. It's hard not to feel some kind of sentiment or feel some kind of way because once again, that can mean I'm grateful of where I'm from. I'm grateful to be from that community. It means everything to see that it will continue to go on. So when my kids are of age, I can bring them back and say, hey, this is where I grew up. This is where I learned toughness and grit. This is where I learned how to play the game of basketball. And then bigger than that, this is where I learned about life, right? In my opinion, basketball is life. And I don't mean like playing basketball, I mean the life lessons that you learn from basketball. You learn about teamwork. You learn about hard work, dedication. You learn how to be told that you're not really good at something and that you have to work on something. Life does those things as well. Those are things that translates into everyday life, whether it be marriage, your finances, your health, everything. Basketball translates to life. So to see that, that's still there, it means everything to me.